Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to show you this for today. Like I said, we're doing something different. What we're trying to do here is give some good advice on this channel, give some good coaching on this channel. And one of the things I want to talk about, as I mentioned in the previous video, this is a series that looks at how to choose planeswalkers. All right. And this is a question I get all the time, right? Which planeswalker should I choose? Is this one a good one? Is that one a good one? That's the whole focus of this series. All right. So you saw rule number 1 on the previous video. This here is rule number 2 in the Planeswalker Coach's Guide for Choosing Planeswalkers. So here's rule number 2, identify themes. All right. When I talk about themes, I'm talking about the certain aspects of a Planeswalker that if you can use that aspect or that ability or that whatever, you can use it properly, and what's going to happen is you're going to have a great advantage that you can exploit in order to win games. All right. I'll show you what I mean by that. And really what it is you're looking for planeswalkers that have the ability to give you an advantage based on the abilities that they have, or maybe you'll see some planeswalkers have the ability to use a whole lot of mana bonuses in their favor. Right? All we're trying to do here for themes is look for planeswalkers that have a unique advantage to them. All right. So I'll show you what I mean. Here's the first planeswalker I want to point out that I really like. She's one of the original 5, Liliana, the Defiant Necromancer. Now, here's something interesting that I have to point out, okay? The first video we talked about finishing moves, right? You'll see that this one does not have a finishing move. It doesn't have that one move that once you hit it, it's over, right? What you'll see here is that there's a theme, and this theme is very, very powerful. You can read up on Liliana here. Just pause the video. You can take a look at these abilities, but what you'll see is one of those abilities stands out as an ability that is so dominant that if you use it correctly, you can win games. You can just pretty much be unstoppable, right? And of course, I'm referring to that first ability, Corrupt. Corrupt will discard a card from your opponent's hand. It's going to be the first card, and you're also going to discard the last card from your opponent's hand. Now, how is this important? Why does this give you a great advantage? Well, it gives you a great advantage because if you think about the way the game works, right, you'll match gems. These gems will place mana on the first card. Now, think about this. What happens if you fill up that first card with mana? You play the card, right? What happens if you cannot, for some reason, cannot fill up that first card with mana? You can't play the card. Obviously, right? Now that's what Liliana's first ability, Corrupt, does. It takes away that first card. So you can imagine how this works, right? The opponent is trying to build up enough mana on that first card by matching gems. And if you can get it right, you'll be able to destroy that gem or destroy that card from their hand before they're even able to play it, before they're even able to pay it off with mana. That becomes a huge advantage because they'll never ever be able to play cards. Just simply because they can't ever pay for all of it because you're destroying it before they pay for it. That gives you a tremendous advantage. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about theme planeswalkers, right? These themes, this card theme for Liliana provides a huge advantage for her that you can use to win games. What I would say is take a look at the deck that is on this channel. It's Hand Lockdown. Hand Lockdown is a great deck. You can see the cards in the deck here. If you click on the little tag there that takes you to the video, you can see how this deck works. And really what I'm trying to do, you can see it with the Infinite Obliteration and Demonic Pact. What I'm trying to do is just continue to destroy cards in the opponent's hand. And at some point, what's going to happen is they're going to have one card left. And if I have Demonic Pact out, it's going to destroy that one card every single turn before they're even able to play it, before they're even able to pay it off. And that becomes a great advantage for her. You'll be able to destroy cards in the opponent's hand before they're even able to play it. That's how you win games. It's very, very effective. All right, so that's what I mean by themes. Here's another planeswalker I want to point out that has a really good theme. Ren and 7. Now you're taking a look here. You may not see a theme pop out to you really quickly. What I want to point out is that if you can set up a deck, and I'll show you how if you click on the tag that's coming up, if you can set up a deck that uses that second ability, that target creature you control gains XX. X is the amount of green gems on the board, up to 10. If you can set that up in a way that is going to be providing for you a great advantage, you're going to be able to win games, tons and tons of games. In fact, this is the deck that I was referring to, Hidden Werewolf City. If you take a look at this deck, you can click on that little tag there and it'll take you to the video for this deck. What you'll see is this is a great theme deck. And what I mean by theme deck is the Huntmaster of the Fells there. Basically, she has a nice ability that allows you to make these tokens, right? These werewolf tokens. And what I'm going to try to do is use that hosting gems ability on her so that she can make a ton of these amazing little wolves. And then the Lambholt Elder, what you'll notice is that she's going to convert gems to green. That's going to help you set up hosting gems again, which is going to help you to continue to make these wolves. In fact, what I'm trying to do with this deck is use that wolf theme also with the combination of the changing into green gems theme. You'll see that in this video, they'll be able to launch a nice cycle of creating gems or creating werewolves, turning gems into green, creating werewolves, turning gems into green over and over until it gets overwhelming and you have this great advantage of tokens that you're able to use to defeat your opponent. So again, this is a nice planeswalker that helps you to use a specific advantage to your advantage, really, right? That's all we're trying to do is find an ability, find a mana bonus, find something that you can exploit to your advantage to win games. All right, so here's one of them. Finally, I want to show this one here. This is Elspeth's Sun's Champion. This is a really good planeswalker, and you can see just by looking at her abilities here that there are some definite themes, right? What I would like to do in some games is use that first ability, that Summon Sun Soldier ability. It has the Exert 6, and that Exert 6 basically means that if you wait 6 turns, you'll trigger the ability, right? So the ability, of course, is the first creature your opponent controls is destroyed. You can wait 6 turns for that to destroy the opponent's creature, or you can just match that gem. If you're able to match that gem, destroy that gem that has the activate thing on it, that Exert 6 activate, what you're going to do is you're going to hit that ability right then and there, right? So you're going to destroy the opponent's first creature. Now, think about this. If you could make a deck that places that first ability on the board, right? That Exert 6 on the soldier tokens, when you match that thing, it destroys an opponent's creature. If you can find a way to hit that ability, hit that gem every single turn, then your opponent will never be able to play creatures. Why? Because that's going to destroy the creature every single turn. Now, this is why I'm talking about theme decks and bringing up Elspeth here, because you can see solar power. That's a nice ability as well. Solar power destroys those activated gems, and the Exert 6 gem that's attached to the soldier token, that counts, right? So what I'm basically trying to tell you is you put down one of those Sun Soldier tokens and you use the solar power ability turn after turn after turn, you're going to be able to make sure your opponent is not able to play any creatures. Now, that's easier said than done unless you're using this deck here. This deck is a nice deck that allows you to use that solar power ability every single turn. And the way that it does that is uses the Faithbound Judge, right? The Faithbound Judge loads you up with tons and tons of loyalty. And that's how you're going to use the Exert 6 to destroy your opponent's creatures every single turn. And on top of that, I like to use the Pyromancer's Goggles because it also destroys these activate gems that are created by the Pyromancer Goggles. And you can see in the video, if you click on it, it just becomes very, very devastating. It allows you to send some spells into your hand for free. And then, of course, you'll be able to get those meeting of the 5 spells, which will just snowball into a great advantage for you. Anyway, guys, what I would suggest is take a look at that video. Take a look at all of the videos that are tagged in this little thing here, this kind of tutorial. And I hope you guys find that this is very useful. That's all I got. Like and subscribe, and of course, share with your friends. That's it for me. Good gaming.